Welcome everyone to Time Wasters Club. This is your host Eddyizm. Today I have a special guest, and I keep forgetting I was going to say something before, but I have no notes in front of me. I have no notes in front of me.
It's okay. We don't need
notes.
Introduction.
Yeah,
we're not that big of a
That's right. So today I got my good friend Selvam. I'm going to bleep that out anyways, so it doesn't matter how much I mess it up.
Got it.
But I did have notes for this. I did have topics. I did have questions for you. And I was writing them down on one piece of paper every time I remembered, and I kept writing them down. But I wrote down that notepad at work, and I lost that fucking notepad. I lost it. Oh, I'm also going to try not to curse as much and swear today.
We'll see.
So welcome, Selvam. You finally came to my house for the first time.
Yeah, that's true. Finally, I'm on your house, and then I'm joining you on podcast for the very first time.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's not the last time.
We'll see if everyone thinks you're boring, not that fun. This is a battle of South India versus North India.
There's no battle. I don't know. I hear that podcast. You are trying to split us up. No, it's not going to happen.
Well, it would be cool if I had both you guys on, because you guys would just argue naturally. Because he likes to argue and you like to talk.
Well, we'll argue, but there's no hate between North and South.
No hate.
We do things different. That's it.
So would it be hate? But would you say that it is like a rivalry? Come on. There's rivalry between Northern California and Southern California.
Well, see, it's
West Coast and East Coast. I mean, that's just...
You think that, but actually, people who come from North India, they love the South Indian food. Right? So when we go there, we always admire, how they do business, how they handle people. So, I don't think there is any...
Rivalry?
No.
But you said last time...
See, it's
because you speak Tamil, the mother tongue.
Yeah.
And in North India, they speak Hindi.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, I mean, just the whole different language, that's a whole other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you said that people from North India wouldn't want to speak Tamil. They refuse to. Where some people from South India can speak both and will speak it.
Oh, okay. This is what happened.
Right? Did you tell me a story?
Yeah. Okay, this is what happened. The people who speak Hindi, since that's the majority, at least population-wise, so at some point they were trying to force everybody to learn Hindi. At least you have to learn, and they were trying
so that you could communicate with someone.
So their goal was not just communicate. Their goal was to say, okay, India, there is a common language. One language everybody knows. Is there one official language, or is there two official languages? Well, no. Now they have like maybe 8 or 10
official languages.
Yeah, official languages.
Oh, wow.
They don't want to literally say one official language, because there are a lot of, say for example, Tamil, that's like 5,000-year-old language.
Uh-huh.
So you can't just say, just because majority of the people speak one language, you want that to be official. And also, so that's why there was some problem when they were trying to force it. They said, no, we cannot just
pick one.
Just ignore our mother tongue and just take up that language.
But so does that mean like all like the official documents come in like 5 different, 8 different languages?
So the state, say for example, like comparing US, like California has its own language. So if the California state is sending any regulations, they will put it in Tamil and English. So if anything comes from, say, federal, they may have Hindi and Tamil and English.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's just Depends upon how.
So 2 or 3 maybe.
2 or 3. So a lot of times English is mediated. A lot of times.
Wow.
So
even in India.
Yeah, even in India.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, British just put that thing.
That's right.
Forever.
Man, that documentary I watched for the Middle East was pretty interesting. Like all the crazy shit that the British and all these imperial countries did to everywhere else in the developing world. Well, and then why is everything all fucked up? Oh, it's because we came and fucked it up 100 years ago. And then they're like, here you go, we cut up the state this way or do this to this country, give you guys,
It's always they thought, okay, we are doing the right thing, but they didn't think everything, whatever they did is right.
Right.
It started crazy. In a good for goodness, but it some
like what do you mean? Like what started for goodness?
I don't know. See, it's always there is a conflict, right? So say US has something good,
life is conflict,
or democracy, or whatever may be the case, right? And they think it's good, and they try to force it on every single country or every single place. But sometimes they may not be ready for it, or sometimes
it has
who is implementing has some conflicts, or sometimes you ignore their tradition. It goes haywire from there.
Yeah. There's always issues, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I do have some questions for you. I want to know your experience when you first got here to the United States. To be honest with you, I love immigrant stories.
Yes.
Like people like all these fucking racists now that I keep all these people like they're punching people that are brown or shooting someone because they think they're fucking Muslim or something. It's like they're just assholes, right? But instead of being mean like that, I find like people from other countries and other cultures more fascinating to me. Like I'm more curious about it than I am, And some there's more people like that, but I was like, why? How could someone not be curious or just see? Like my friend was telling me this weekend that his dad, he's from Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. His dad came to visit him in West LA, and they went to an Ethiopian restaurant. Mm-hmm. And at the Ethiopian restaurant, his father didn't even go inside. He looked in. He's like, no, and he walked down the street to go have lunch by himself at McDonald's. While my friend and whoever he was with ended up eating at Ethiopian food. Right, and then maybe he's racist. I don't know. He passed away, so I feel bad. Sorry, Mike. I'm talking about your father in a bad light, but you told me the story. But but that's
you don't talk bad when they're dead.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't believe that either. I think I'm not saying about his dad, but if someone was a piece of shit when they're alive, guess what? They're a piece of shit when they're dead still too. Like I hate that. When I had another friend that passed away, and when I knew him when he was alive, he was really nice to me. Mm-hmm. I went to my friend's house. We're swimming. He came. He brought us pizza. Mm-hmm. Like he was nice to me for no reason. I did nothing for him. Mm-hmm. So when he passed away, I was like, the small bit that I got to know him, I was like, oh, this guy was a nice guy. He was really nice to me. Like that was true. Not just because he was dead.
Yeah.
But because
you don't want to be nice just because they're dead, but you don't want to talk too much bad because they have no choice, no chance to
defend themselves.
So you just because sometimes you may not know the whole story, so you just
you
give them the benefit of the doubt.
True. So the benefit of the doubt is what I would say is fair.
Yeah.
But not talk about it. Like if you did something bad, but it's still bad.
But there is one time you could talk. Say for example, Saddam Hussein. Yeah, you could talk bad about him because everybody knows it's an open book, right?
Yeah.
Whatever he did. So in that case, there is an exception.
But those are easy ones. Saddam Hussein,
easy ones.
Hitler. Those are easy ones.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that you go to a funeral. Yeah. Oh, this person was this and that. Maybe he fucking beat his wife. Like
yeah, you never know.
And no, but people know that. Like, oh, he was mean. But they still say nice things about him.
Yeah.
Like I hate that. That's like I don't know what you call it, tradition. Like not to speak ill of the dead. I don't normally speak ill of the dead, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it happens. It's kind of like. Some people say no offense, but they say offensive thing. It's kind of like that. Some people will talk bad about the dead person and then they say this statement, hey, I don't talk ill about the
just
dead.
Kidding. Seriously, just kidding.
Just
no offense.
So, it happens,
So I'm very curious about other cultures and other people's experience because your experience is very different. And I find even that my experience here, where I grew up, is different than my friends that grew up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We're different ethnicities. We have different. Even just growing up, even if I was over there at the same time, I would have a different experience. But how long have you been in the United States for?
Maybe 15. Is it 15? Yeah, 15 years.
15 years.
Pretty close at 1999.
Okay. So right at the bursting of the bubble.
Before the 2000. Everybody was scared. Like the ATM is not going to give me any money. Traffic signals are going to stop. It's like, it's like wow. Everybody's so scared of
Y2K. That was such a big thing. They made a big hype out of it, right?
Yeah. It was a big,
some people made money
deal.
on it.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, a lot of Indians probably came because of that too.
Oh wow!
There's a lot of. I mean,
for demand for programming.
Yeah, they actually the visa to come in. Actually, they had doubled it.
Oh, they made it easy for you to come in.
Yeah, so right now you can only like 60,000 people come in every year, but during that time it's 120 or something like that.
Oh wow!
Because they wanted more people to go and change the code.
Is that why you came?
No.
Is that no? It had nothing to do with that.
So basically, this is the reason. My brother came maybe 2 years before me. He came to study here in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And my mom and dad thought maybe it's better for you to go as well. And I had no plan to literally it's kind of like how you don't know anything about India. I have no idea about America. I've seen the movies, but you never even thought about you're going to live there or do so. You never
That's right. So if I went to India, I'd be like, oh, I see Bollywood. Where's everyone dancing?
Exactly. That's how I felt like, what is this going on?
Oh, yeah.
So I had no idea. So then,
Did you have a desire to come or like
no,
on your
zero,
own? You were
zero.
happy to stay in India?
Yeah,
you were enjoying life? You were working?
Yep.
Well, you weren't married, right?
No.
Okay.
No. That's totally a different story.
Don't worry. We got time for that one too. I want to hear that one too.
So then, okay, my brothers knows... my cousin brother had a opening in a company, so they said, okay, you want to come? I said, okay, fine, because I couldn't find a programming job in India because it was like too hard.
So that's what because there was a lot of competition. You said
a lot of competition. If you have one opening, there'll be like 1,000 guys standing there to get the job. So it's really hard. So I was teaching programming, but I was not really doing programming. So I had a chance. So I said, okay, let's go there, and since my brother is there, so it will be okay to check it out, check it out, see how it goes.
Wouldn't hurt, right? You were still relatively young at that point, right?
I just got out of college, maybe 2 years out of college. So I said, okay, let's give it a try. If it doesn't work out, I can always come back. But in India, if you go to US and came back and settled down, or at least you came back, that means you are a failure. Because because people think, okay, you have a big opportunity, even if it was hard, you muscle through it and then do something and come up in your life.
Shit.
So that's like a huge. So my brother literally told me, hey,
so they're saying basically if you made it to America and you can't make it, you suck.
Yeah, you cannot make it anywhere. That's how the mentality is. Now it's different, but back then it's like, hey, why would you even come back? Because there is a lot of opportunities here. It's too hard. Why you would even think about it? So that pressure is always there.
Wow.
So I came and it was like terrible time in my life.
Why was it terrible? Like what was terrible about it?
Because in India I was like literally after I woke up until I go to bed I'm so busy. Like
in India.
Because I literally go in the morning, teach for 2 hours.
That doesn't sound like fun.
What?
Being that busy?
Well, busy in the sense like you're doing a lot of stuff that you like. You're teaching people.
Okay,
and
so then when you got to America, then what happened?
In America, so I had a job, right? Like, I won't call that as a programming job. It's literally, we were sending, we are trying to make.
Oh.
Remember I told you
you're spamming email.
Junk not mail. Email. It's mail.
Mail.
Back then, email is very
expensive.
Yeah.
So you're trying to send you're saying send
junk email and make it cheaper for the company to do it.
And target certain areas, right? Something like that?
Yeah. I would say, for example, a company wants to send a bunch of junk email. So they go to somebody and get a list of addresses and then give it to us. And USPS has a software, so we run through that and give them a lot of options. If you do it this way, instead of paying 40 cents for a letter, you will spend only 30 cents.
So you were trying to optimize their revenue,
costs.
their ad costs to get the most bang for the buck.
Yeah, the way you do it is...
And you didn't love that job from the first thing you woke up to the end, no?
Because there's nothing innovative, you know. All I get is a bunch of data. They have a software. You just do some, like how to print the label.
So that was your first job in America?
First job in America.
How long did you work there for?
For a year, but after 6 months I got a new job. But to switch from one job to another job, I had to wait 6 months.
Oh, for like the visa thing, or
it's to transfer from one employee to another employee.
Wow.
Back then now it's like 2 weeks. It's But that's a terrible. On top of it, it's on the East Coast, right?
Yeah. So hold on, you were saying you were the most miserable in your life. East Coast, right? You were in Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia. So winter, all you do is go to work, come back. You can't go out because it's so cold. You want to stay there, and you have zero friends. Maybe my brother, I can go and see him, but
your brother had no friends.
Well, he lived in a campus, right? He has a lot of friends.
How long had your brother been here when you moved here?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he had friends.
So but he knew a few people, but not like crazy, right?
Like, the problem is he lived in a campus, so I had to go to his college to stay with him. So,
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally you would get like an apartment or something else with him, right?
Well, for him it's cheaper to get because he had a scholarship, so they gave him like free boarding and lodging. So he got a good deal. So he doesn't want to get out until he finishes the school.
It was cost saving for him.
Yeah. So every evening I was like, especially during the winter, it's like you have nothing to do. I didn't have no TV because I can't afford to buy a TV. They paid really low.
Right.
So I didn't have a TV.
You didn't have any stuff. You had no.
I probably slept.
What did you when you moved? What did you bring? Just like a suitcase with your clothes?
Yeah, just a couple
laptop,
of
something.
No
Nothing.
No laptop. Just suitcase with some dress, maybe some Indian food.
Oh really? Some tea.
Nah, yeah, some tea actually. Some snacks.
I know you brought the tea, man.
Yeah, I got some tea. That's about it.
Wow, that's crazy. See, that's an interesting story.
So no TV, no computer. Think about it. You come back to your home, no TV.
You're sitting on a box.
Yeah.
Place to sleep.
And the place is so cold.
And you came from a climate that was
so hot.
Right?
Yeah.
So would you say, I don't know, I know where you were born, like where you're from, like on the map. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure where Kamlesh was born and where he was at in relation to that. You showed me before. But is it hotter where you're at, where you grew up, than where he was at, or is it the same?
I think his place might be more hotter.
Really?
Yeah, because ours is close to the ocean.
Yeah.
And we had a beach, so
does that mean you were also more humid?
Yes.
It's humid everywhere, right?
Yeah, humid. True. But it in the evening it gets cooled down.
But the winters weren't so cold.
We won't even call that winter. Comparing this,
it was like a California winter.
Even less than California winter.
Wow.
So it's like.
And then you got thrown into fucking East Coast
snow,
ice,
and
black
probably
ice.
that time they had a really good winter. So a lot of snow and the place where I lived is right across it's a 69th Street, so that across from my apartment it's like a big bus transit.
Did you have to walk there to work?
Yeah. Well, I walk to my work. I live pretty close.
Okay.
But right across, I take the bus to go to my brother's place or anywhere I want to go.
Yeah.
So it's just like crazy. So, but I've seen shooting, like you see in the because right next to my apartment, all those crazy guys were living. So suddenly there will be like.
So you were living in a place that was lower, more poverty, right? More crime. It wasn't rich people shooting themselves.
It's like that range. Anything can happen in that atmosphere, it's not too bad comparing other places. It's not like some parts in LA where every day something goes on.
You're
right?
afraid of parts of LA, I know that.
Yeah. I've experienced as soon as I came to California, that's totally like I went to downtown. I have no idea. That's my second day in California. So I went there. It was dark, which is 6 o'clock. And I was trying, at that time I didn't have my car.
Uh-huh.
So I was like...
How did you get to downtown? Like
through bus.
Oh, right from the
That's why it took me 6 hours to go. I lived in Cyprus, and then I took maybe 3 bus to go to downtown to buy a fridge.
How are you going to get the fridge back? Like,
well, they're going to deliver it, but I want to go and see
wow.
whether that's really a place or can I get the fridge.
Yeah.
Because when I called them, they said you had to come down to see and pay.
Wait, so how long were you living in the East Coast for? Philadelphia?
1 year, exactly.
In Philadelphia?
Yeah.
And then you didn't go anywhere else and you moved to California?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I got the job in November.
Oh, so that job was in California?
California.
Got you, okay.
So I got the job in November. I came here a couple of times for interview, and then once I got the job, it took me until I think April. April. So I April to November I had that job, and then I got this new job, and then I moved in 2000 April.
Okay, so pretty quick after you're like, fuck the East Coast?
Yeah, forget it. That's what I asked after some. Okay, where the weather is better? Tell me that. I have no idea where it's good because I have no TV. I can't know what's going on.
Wow.
I can't even use the weather channel. No internet. Well, I had to go to my brother's place. On the college they used to have.
So who told you California was the place to be?
There was my coworker. He's more into fishing.
Uh-huh.
So I asked him, hey, where will be? Oh, California is the best place. I want to go there. He never been there, right? So he was like, I want to go there. It's like when I left there, I told him, hey, you can anytime you can come here. No problem.
He never came.
He never came.
That's
well,
funny.
we used to talk like maybe a couple of years after that. We were still communicating, and then
he stopped.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wow. So that's pretty good. That's pretty interesting. Came to California for a job because the weather was better. That's why people live here, because the weather's awesome, right?
Yep.
That's why everyone else hates us.
I know.
I walk around in shorts and people are like in winter this, or people are in the heat somewhere else. And,
exactly.
It's like,
yeah, I know.
And then it was like, I have a friend like, why would you want us to live there? So many people. I was like, well, I was born here, but two, it's like, the weather's awesome here, Yeah,
everybody used to tell me, hey, if you go there, you cannot see all those 4 seasons. I don't want to see all 4 I'm happy with 1 season as long as it is comfortable, right?
As long as it's nice all year long, I love it.
I don't care about all that. I can always come here and visit and go back.
That's funny.
I don't need to live here, right?
So you didn't like the cold?
Oh yeah, no.
I hated it.
I don't. The reason is it made me depressed. Because I couldn't go out. I can't be comfortable. I can't walk outside and hey, what's going? I can't even go to shopping. I have to plan everything, do it while the sun is there, and then it's like. So
winter's pretty miserable. You know what? And most people that live in those climates also, not most people, a lot of people don't like it. Because it's nice when the first snow gets here. It might be 1, 2, 3 months, but like 6 months later, it's like March and it's still snowing. It's still like they have these bad storms and they're like want it to be over. And then they get excited because they get like a small 3-window time where the weather gets nice. Summer's really short for them, right? Where us is like most of the year it's awesome, right?
Yep.
It gets hot here and there. It was hot this summer actually though. This summer was hot
on top of it, Philadelphia doesn't have a beach, so you have to drive all the way to New Jersey or somewhere to even.
Philadelphia on the east side of that state, right? And then Pittsburgh's on the west.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. I don't know the directions, but I liked Pittsburgh. It's nice, but the weather.
Okay, so then once you moved to California, you started to enjoy the United States more. Is that true or not true?
Yes, true. Because
why didn't you? So 6 months in, you're like, fuck the East Coast, I'm out. It's gonna take me somewhere else. You didn't want to go back to India at that point? Like, did that not cross your mind as part of like the calculation?
No, it didn't cross. It did not cross.
Because then you would be a failure.
Yeah, I would be a failure. Exactly. See, the human always wanted to change something on their own terms. No, they don't want to be forced to do something. Say for example, like, I know you don't like sports, but for example, Kobe Bryant, right?
I'm so amazed that you love sports. It blows my mind. I don't know why. Just
See, I just like, growing up, I wanted to play some sports. You know, I didn't want to study at all. Like maybe until college.
Because you said you used to run.
Well, I used to.
I don't believe you, but you say you used to run.
I used to run when I was young.
Like you were
in
athletic.
a bare feet.
You were very athletic.
Yeah, I mean, we used to like a lot of, we had like 30, 40 kids in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
During summer or anytime we get a break from the school, in the morning we start like 7 o'clock in the streets. We'll just run from one place to another place and then walk back.
Oh, really? Just what? For fun or?
It's just for fun, you know. It's kind of quiet at that time, like 6 o'clock, 6 to 7.
But you said you also used to run for like in the competition, right?
Yeah, in our schools, I used to run like 100 meters or 400. And in college, I did until I was playing some kind of sports until like my first job probably. So when I was in college, I used to play volleyball, soccer, cricket.
Then you said you were retired. You retired the sports career. You hung it up just like Kobe Bryant.
See, but that's the tough job. Retiring is a hard one because you feel like you are not doing. Something is forcing you to do that. You know, the body is telling you can't play anymore, but you know you want to muscle through.
Your desire still burns for, you know, he would have liked to win another championship for sure. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But he just can't.
Yeah,
he can't do it by himself. He's not strong enough. He's not fast enough. He's not longer that player. He's getting old, right?
Exactly. That's the key. Say what if
retire. I think retire is different though for professional athlete. You don't have that same experience.
No, it's not.
Yours is different.
No, I'm not saying retiring is because of that. But what I meant is going back. Why I didn't think about going back to India.
Okay, yeah.
I want to make the decision because I want to, instead of being forced. Oh, I don't like it, so I'm going. That's not a decision. Rather, hey, I've done some things here.
Leave on your own accord.
Leave on my own terms instead of being forced. So that's why, okay, let me make sure I could do everything before I said, okay, I've been done that.
So that makes sense. So what would you say, like, in your mind as far as calculating that, like, okay, 6 months, I want to get in a job, I'm going to stick around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to do it on my own terms. Where did you need to be to say you felt like you came and you accomplished what you needed to accomplish? Like today you can leave, right, and say that.
Yeah.
And in that
true,
the old Selvam from 15 years ago would have been looking at you saying, "Oh, you're good now. You go ahead. You made it.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to go because you're forced out.
True.
You can leave now because you can. You have a family. You got the kids. You got
yes.
You have a job, whatever that you like, or at least you haven't quit on us.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it, right? But I'm just saying, right? Like you're comfortable to that degree. What is that where you would say you're okay? But now this the Selvam today says.
Well, see, like I said, it never crossed my mind. Okay, now you could go back. I didn't put it in anywhere. Okay, I have to do all this, then I can go back. I just said, okay, something made me to come here, so the same thing will take me back if it needs to be. I just let it go.
You were following the flow.
Exactly.
Following the flow.
Because, you never know what's going to happen, but just enjoy the journey, Wherever it takes you.
That's right. That's what I like about you. You're not like most people where they're afraid to like die and this and that. You're like, oh, we all gotta go sometime.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think that's because of your faith? Or I think it's more because of just who you are as a person, probably in what you experience in your life. But I'm guessing.
Well, faith has to do something, but the faith is very interesting. You drive the faith actually. You could take something from, say, for religion, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of all those crazy things from one extreme to another extreme.
Right.
It's up to you which part you take and how you apply to your life and move on.
Right.
Some people take the crazy side and,
they start chopping people's heads off.
Yeah,
and being
exactly.
assholes, or they want to murder people that have
it's
abortions.
probably part of their personality, and then they it just took them there, and then it went that direction. True. That's it.
That's actually exactly my experience. So I gave up all religion, right? But when I was learning about it in school, I took a class for world religions. That was the time when I started exploring other religions I never had before. Mm-hmm. That's when I went to the Hindu temple actually too, which was kind of neat. I mean, it was, for me, that was like, what is going on here? What's going on? Like, this is crazy. It was out in Artesia or whatever, but it was really cool. Yeah. I wish I would have went back more to like learn a little bit more, because the class was short, right? One semester, like it wasn't enough, and it was covering all religions. It wasn't just like it was just kind of like exposing
a lot of information.
A lot of information. You couldn't really focus on one thing, but that's what got me interested, like a lot of Eastern philosophy. Yeah. And I went to a Buddhist temple. Mm-hmm. So when I was learning all these things, like you just said, I was finding like, oh, this one I believe this stuff, and this matches what I believe. Yeah. And I believe this stuff. Oh, this is very true. This sounds right. And I found like usually, for the most part, the one practice that overlapped with my own beliefs that I already had the most was probably Buddhism. Yeah. So a big chunk of Buddhism was like, oh, I'm not changing to be a Buddhist. All these I am, 45% or whatever, already a Buddhist, because I didn't eat meat, all this other stuff too. Yeah, and same thing with Hindu, and I didn't get to learn as much about that, but I knew they were connected. And
I mean Buddhism came from Hinduism, because Buddha used to be Hindu. I mean,
he was a rebel.
So he took a lot of the core values, and then he just made it simple,
So but that's true what you're saying. Like, people take what they want.
Exactly.
So then you're a crazy motherfucker who just said like, oh, I'll just drive and do this, and whatever I'm gonna do, whatever happens, if I die, then you die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the mentality. I mean, I always fascinate about, like, I always think if somebody came and shoot bunch of people, right? My first thought, even though you think about the victims and all that people, I'll be thinking about, what the heck his father will be thinking, how terrible he'll be feeling.
The guy who shot.
The guy who shot, or his mother, or his brother, or his sister. Maybe they are nice people, and this guy took something. I was like, I always think, what though that family would be even feeling double the son did this and he killed so much people, and they're also thinking, oh, see, we brought up a monster to the world, So I'll be like thinking, wow, that's
interesting. And they do, like, you see the people be like really devastated, like, we're so sorry, like, we can't believe, we never knew that he, or like, we can't believe, like, they know, like, maybe sometimes that he's a little crazy, or such person is not 100% whatever, but they didn't even think he's going to go and do something like...
Exactly. I mean, and also it's sometimes they don't want to believe it. It's your kid.
Like, oh, he can never do this. He can never do that. Or they don't think that he's capable of doing something like that.
Exactly. So, but...
There's a lot of families like that today, because there's all these goddamn shootings every fucking day almost here, everywhere,
It's just crazy.
Everywhere. We passed a mark of more people being killed by, white American terrorists, here, than by, terrorists everywhere else. Like 1 in 7 chance to get killed here compared to, terrorism. Something like that. I can't remember what it was. But it was very interesting. I was like, I'm more afraid of people here than I am, of anything else, even like when I travel.
That's true. I mean,
like I told you, I was at Starbucks at one time, and this guy walks in, and I'm like, it's a busy Starbucks, for college kids. I'm sitting there with my laptop, I have a drink, I have headphones.
You just wonder.
And well, this weird guy comes in, he's wearing these kind of clothes, and he has like a big jacket, and he's reaching into his bag, like, what the fuck is he doing? He doesn't match like what I expect to see their kids, college or whatever, and I'm not the same person, but I don't stick out as much as different, right?
Yep.
I'm sitting there with a laptop, I'm sitting there working, doing stuff like studying, and people, but I was scared. I was like, what is he going to pull out? And I got scared, and I was like, what's going to happen? Like, could this something happen? Like, I'm afraid of that, right? True. Maybe because I read so much news, but that's a terrible thing to be like worried about, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's a terrible way to grow up. Like kids today, like, you know.
Well, I don't know.
And there's so many shootings in fucking schools. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's. I mean, it all because there's a lot of issues, gun control and all those crazy stuff. But that's why when it gets too much complicated, I just say, okay, if it's your time, you're going to die. Forget it. I mean, you can't worry about every single thing that's going on and live your life, right? It's just like, okay.
Well, that's the key, right? You're able to live your life.
Yes.
That's the positive of being like, not that you don't care. You don't want to die, right?
Yeah, you don't want to die, but
you want to live.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly.
If you don't live, what's the point of living, right?
There is a famous thing they used to say, okay, you should be scared, but scared should not be your life. You cannot be scared all the time and that becomes your life. Instead, you need to have a little bit of fear, but don't make that as your life.
The fear to keep you alive, but not to be your life.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I couldn't translate it really well because it's said it in my language.
That's pretty good. That makes sense.
But that's the whole point. You don't want to be fear every single minute. Instead, you just have like how you put salt in your food. You just have a little bit of fear in your life. That's about it.
just a tablespoon.
Yeah, I mean you have to mix everything, right? You have to have some happiness, some sorrow, some
Wow, that's really
mellow.
good.
So you just have to be. That's how the life is supposed to be. If it's all happy, it's boring. That's where. Remember we were planning to talk about if you have $1 billion.
That's a conversation we have. $1 billion. I don't need $1 billion. But before we get to that conversation, because that was really good, I wanted to tell you what. So I wanted to say about that you mistakenly when I first started talking to you, you made the mistake of teaching me a bad word in Tamil.
It's not a bad word. It's
mutab,
just
mutab.
It's not a bad word. It's
an insult.
Insult. Yeah,
it's an insult. You made the mistake of teaching me an insult. You're like, oh, what's this guy gonna do? I'm like, what you were thinking, but then I started using it everywhere. I started teaching people downstairs to say the same word.
I know, that's crazy.
And you're like, no more. Oh, come on, teach me another one. What's wrong? And you're like, no, that's enough. You're gonna keep using all of them all the time, right?
Honestly, a lot of them I don't know, to be honest.
But why is that? But they exist, right?
Yeah, they exist.
Different.
But I never seek to find out.
Like, show me something about pig fucking your sister or something crazy. Like, it was terrible. Like, what does that mean? Like, it's the insults are different, right? It's a different culture.
Different, and I don't know whether I can say it here or not. But some people.
Oh, you can say it here. Don't worry.
No, some people, if they want to insult somebody, they will say you are a dog or like some kind of animal. That
it seems so timid here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But for you, that's more of an insult because of like the Hinduism, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean. So yeah.
Isn't that how like in Hinduism you're supposed to get better at each reincarnation, so you keep moving up the food chain?
Yes.
Is that how it works, right?
Yeah, I was surprised you know about it.
Yeah, well.
So basically the theory is.
So where do you start?
I think they at least they explained to me like you are an ant.
Oh, so the smallest thing, right?
Smallest thing, and if the ant is. Say it's trying to take some food or saying some food, but somehow it thought about what the other insects. Say for cat, maybe the cat may be hungry. Maybe I have to leave this food. So if it's thinking beyond his mind, then you kind of reach the consciousness of that part of life. That now you're going to be cat.
Or the next level, whatever.
You die as an ant and then you come back as a cat. Wow. So you just go until human. So say for example that ant never thought about something outside of his framework. It's going to come back as an ant forever until it reaches that spot. Yeah. So human, like if you don't reach that what we call as super consciousness, which is so this is how
it's called nirvana, isn't it?
Nirvana, it's another way of saying it's pretty much like you want to give up everything.
Right.
Like you slowly not worry about your kid.
What were those guys called that you said remember in the Ganges, remember? We were showing those pictures.
Yeah, they're called Swami. So they're in a state called super consciousness. Like they're conscious about nothing, pretty much. They are not worried about their wife. They are not worried about their kid. They don't even worry about...
They give up everything.
They give up everything. They're not even worried about the next second, in a world.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to come back. Once you reach that spot, that means you went beyond your human nature. Human nature is always to think about you and your family, right?
Well, it's like an animal instinct, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like
exactly.
These are our inner genes from however long we've been here, right?
Exactly. Once you break that part, then only you go to the super consciousness. That becomes, then you are never going to come back in your life.
That's really cool. That's really interesting.
That's what our main ideology is, to make people reach that super consciousness.
Yeah. So you are. Would you say that you're more? Because so my experience, it's not a lot. I know you.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kamish. Probably the only two indie guys that I've talked to a lot and know very well, and his brother too. But his brother is another story.
Mm-hmm.
He's crazy. But it seems like you're more of a practicing one than he was. Like Kamish was like, basically he's like, I'm not that religious. He just like be a good person, but doesn't go do all these things. He celebrates the festivals because he gets a day off. He gets to dress up. He'll fuck around, do whatever. But he doesn't really believe a lot of stuff. And I feel like you do more than that. Like you actually believe in more stuff.
Okay,
you're more committed. Do you think is that true or what? Or what would you say?
I know what you call. So if I say for last 1 year, maybe I went to temple maybe less than 10 times.
Yeah, but you also follow the diet much more strictly. Like you have these days where you couldn't eat, can't eat.
Yes.
I mean, that feels to me like you're more dedicated, right?
Yeah, I mean,
even if you don't.
I think even he does. He only says it. He won't eat meat on Tuesdays. I mean, he does follow it.
That's right. That's right.
People follow it. They don't think that's a big deal, but maybe it is a big deal. Who knows? But
it's not a big deal. It's just I'm just curious.
So all I do is, once I take bath in the morning, I just go to God, which everybody does probably.
Right.
Like, pray probably like 5 minutes or something, and then that's about it. I don't. So even when I go to India, I don't really go, all these temples that are so famous. I go here and there once in a while, here and there. That's about it.
Well, it's not really about the temples, right?
Yeah, it's not about the temple. It's just
temples.
How you.
It's not like these 50,000 person mega churches in Texas. It's not about that bullshit, right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
about how you treat people in every day.
Yeah, what you took from the religion and how you apply it to your everyday life, and how you conduct yourself. That's about it.
That's more important.
That's more.
That's clearly more important.
And I always say, if my mom said, "Oh, you have to do this."
So is your family very religious? Is that, or
yeah, they're I mean, every time when we do fasting, everybody does. My brother may not. I don't think he does.
Does he drink? He lives in Vegas, right?
No, he doesn't drink. See,
you don't drink.
I don't drink.
You never drank. You say you drank once.
I never drink.
And you smoke?
No.
Never even smoked once. You thought you tried it once or something.
No. The reason we never drink or smoke is because of my uncle. He's not a chain smoker. We used to have an uncle who is chain smoker, but the other uncle, he's not a chain smoker, but he smokes. But he would not even let us buy him a cigarette, or he won't even smoke before us.
Oh, in front of you?
In front of me, because he thinks, if I smoke, he's going to think it's cool.
So how do you know the chain smoker? You see like ashtray.
Well, there was another uncle. There's two, 3 uncles who smoke. One of them is a chain smoker. He'll finish it and then he'll just light up
the next one. That's like John. So
if he comes to our home in India, we won't even make him sit inside the home. We'll say, okay, on the patio, put him a chair and put it something for his cigarettes, and then so that it goes away.
Is smoking a big deal in India?
Oh yeah,
because like everywhere I traveled in like Europe, it's always like everyone is smoking all the time, especially in Istanbul. Remember I told you I was like walking down the street, it was as if we were smoking. I turned around to my friend, I was like, it's like we're smoking now, because every breath I'm inhaling smoke from someone else passing by or the locals.
Yeah.
And someone told me someone outside, some other Turkish person, and I was like, well, if you're not smoking, you're not Turkish. But I found that the same like in Italy, other places I've been in Europe, maybe not Sweden so much, but even Sweden was quite a bit. People just smoke a lot
because of cold weather. I'm saying. I mean, if
it wasn't cold in Turkey.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's
maybe maybe it gets cold sometimes and then they got used to it. So because a lot of people think if it's cold, then if you smoke,
you get the heat from the fire coming into your lungs and whatnot.
Exactly.
Right?
So in India, it actually right now they made it illegal to smoke in public, but some people still do it. But cops can see you, and if they saw you, they could give you a ticket.
Wow.
But also the quality of the cigarettes may not be that good. So it's my uncle, one of the uncle, he died by he got cancer. And
of course, right?
Of course.
Of course. That's what happens when you smoke.
Yeah. But they made sure we don't smoke or drink. They always, every time they see us when we are like young, you better not smoke. It's not good, and so it just got into your blood, like.
But don't you think so? Does that mean then, because you got taught this way when you were in your teenager years, your rebellious years, that you weren't really rebellious? Did you rebel? Is that not?
See, that's
true?
where the sports came in.
Oh.
That's the only rebel I did is I don't want to study. I want to go out and play.
Oh, so you were a rebel. That was your rebellion.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I don't care what grade I take.
I didn't do sports, so that's why I did the drugs.
So as soon as I come back from school, I just drop my bag and I'm out of the home. I mean, I don't care what grade I got. I just want to play. That's it.
Wow, that's funny. See, I started drinking in high school, right?
Yeah.
No, because let's do something bad that not supposed to. Let's get drunk. Let's do this, right?
Yeah.
Let's go smoke a cigarette, right?
But that's why sports is good.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's kids. That's why they get them stay active, do something else, use your energy.
Because also, if you are interested in the sports, you will know you don't want to, do something to harm your body. But here, I don't know. Some people they just go too crazy. You hear stories of putting steroids when you're young kids because they think you are a professional level and
Yeah.
So there is always a balance, but I wanted to be a professional on something, but it didn't work out. I didn't, because the other reason is I was playing too many sports.
You're a professional programmer.
No,
but you wanted something else. You wanted to do some sport.
I wanted to until I was in college. I wanted to do something with sports. I wanted to play some sports.
And you love all sports.
Pretty much.
Like you enjoy all sports.
Yeah, pretty much. I could.
I think you said one time that you pay for cable so you can get all your sports channels.
Oh yeah,
you can get, right?
That's the only reason I still have cable.
That's crazy.
Because I want to watch sports.
That's actually the only reason a lot of people still have cable, because of sports.
Yeah, that's
you can't
true.
Get the sports online as easy, right?
You can watch live, even though there are some choices, but it's not as good as having the cable.
Right. Wow. But that's funny.
I mean, literally, that one until I die, it's going to be there.
So I have two things. Let's see. We got like 15 minutes left, I think.
Cool. It feels like we were talking for a long time, but
we were talking for a while. It was interesting. It was good stories. Some stuff I didn't know about. So the first one. Oh, also, if there's anything you want to say, you want to ask me, that's fine too. But the first one was, we have two topics, and we'll let you pick which one you want to talk about.
Okay.
One was your stubbornness about using fucking paper cups at work and not letting me buy you a mug. That's one, and we were just talking about today. I was like, save it. We'll save it for tonight. And the second one was winning the lottery.
True.
Which one do you want to talk about? Because
see, I don't know. Either way, both are interesting way, but maybe the paper cup I can make it short.
Make it short.
Because say I use how many paper cup? 1, 2.
You say the paper cup.
3 a day, right?
Yeah.
Because I take one in the coffee, that's gone, and then the one I use for water all day, I drink coffee on that later in the afternoon.
You say you use 3 a day or 3 a week?
Actually 3 a day. Maybe actually 2 a day. I throw 2 a day.
Next time you're going to come back as an ant. You're going to be a cat for that shit.
But say people who use cup, right?
Uh-huh.
So first of all, they have to wash the cup. So they are wasting the water every time.
Not wasting the water, using it.
using
everything we do is waste. So let's not use such harsh words.
So I'm using the paper cup.
You are using the paper cup. True.
So
I'm going to win this argument. So let's have this argument.
As far as we are using something.
True.
So I think water is more precious in the world than paper.
So I think you're wrong about that, because this is why. Hold on. This is why. Because water is more precious than paper, right? That's true. I'm not going to argue at that point. But what you're talking about is only what you're seeing right in front of you. I'm seeing, right? Because when I see your cup, I was like, why is he using a cup? And everyone else uses cups, right? And I feel bad when I use cups, right? So maybe I'm just projecting what I feel, right? But because I care, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you care too, right? I'm not saying you don't care. You think you're making the better choice with cups, and I think you're making the wrong choice with cups. That you have a better option. And I told Matt the first day he got there, and he's like, "Oh, you brought a cup right away." I was like, "Oh, you're a good boy, good deal." But the thing is, that cup, you're using the water to wash the cup.
And you put soap. Soap has a lot of...
Maybe. I don't use soap. Depends. I do wash it every once in a while. I bring it home. I bring another one, wash it with soap. But for the most part, I can use the cup a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Is that true? Would you say that's true? I can use a mug a lot more.
See, but I cannot.
Why?
So if I have a mug, I have to put after the end of the day, I have to wash it before I drink coffee. So
because you can't mix the coffee with the tea or the coffee with the water.
Coffee with water.
So you need 2 mugs.
See, never ends. Then I have to wash 2 cups. No.
True. So here's why. Because you have the cup, the paper cup, and you have, let's say you use 2 cups, right? One for coffee, one for water.
Yes.
And you don't have to wash them. So you're saving 2 cups of water of washing, right? 2 waters worth of washing for 2 glasses. But that what you're saving doesn't outweigh those 2 cups coming in the packages that came in, driven from another truck somewhere from
You're
Illinois,
talking about the carbon footprint.
The carbon footprint. All the fossil fuel driving it across the country, rubber, whatever it was taken to produce it, which is also water, right, and all other things, into that one little cup. Every day you toss another cup. That's where I feel
But the water doesn't come from the sky.
Actually, it does come from the sky.
No. Come on, if that's true, California, we can't even see water for last 5 years.
Water comes from the sky, just hasn't been coming here.
but there's a lot of things go around, to purifying. You use the chlorine. So all the chlorine has to be brought through some truck. So
true, there's costs on the water side too, right? Like to pump it.
See, but I don't think it's either choice is not a bad choice to me.
No, see, well, okay, fair enough. It's not a bad choice, but I think the cup, a glass, a mug, or something that is reusable is a better choice. I mean, that's why people buy the water containers, right? Water bottles instead of buying a plastic cup. You know how much trash that makes? Plastic water bottle, right? Yeah. That's basically what you're doing with the cup, except you're trying to use it more.
Well, I hope that's a recyclable.
I don't think cup. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's a paper cup.
You know what? I use cups too. So
it's not a.
I literally think our coffee at work tastes so shitty that it tastes better in that cup than it does like in a mug. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is, but it sounds. It literally does. I can't drink that cup in a mug.
My argument is I try, even though I throw the cup, I try to think, can I reuse it in all the possible chances, and then I try to reuse it.
So you use it as long as you could.
Yeah, as long as it's possible.
Then you toss it.
And then I toss it. So I just thought about it. I used to take mug and wash it, and I said, okay, I'm washing, I'm wasting the water, I'm using all.
So you wash it every day.
Every day. I cannot.
So what if you had 2 though?
Still, I had to wash the one I had coffee.
Why? It's you're drinking it.
Maybe it attracts virus. I don't know.
Virus. I get HIV. Like what's it?
If I had a coffee and then if I had to go back and refill it, I don't need to wash it. But if I had a coffee in the morning and then I have to have coffee in the afternoon, I feel like I have to wash it again. But it's sitting all along.
So you don't get like your fingers, get a spoon and get my water and just clean it with my thumb and put it back in my mouth.
Well, that's okay. Spoon is okay, but this whole cup, it had coffee stains. Yeah, it doesn't feel appealing to me to drink more coffee.
So it's more like a visual kind of like, appetite type thing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Okay, I'll give you that much. So, all right. Winning the lottery.
Winning the lottery. You don't want to win the lottery.
I want to win the lottery. I don't play though.
See, I had a theory. I don't know whether it's going to be, whether I can explain it well. Assume you're going for a run.
Uh-huh.
You forgot your phone. You forgot your wallet. At this point, you are a billionaire.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you have a lot of money. But you forgot everything, but you started running. So you ran to a spot and then you were so hungry. Like literally, you want to eat something, but there's nothing, no food. Except there was a nice guy like me who doesn't have too much money. Thought, okay, maybe I will buy some food and then put it in a box and leave it here so some hungry guy may able to eat. I can bet you, if you have so much money, you're not going to pick up that food and eat it.
Why not?
Because you're going to think, oh, what if it's something in it?
Poison?
Something poisonous.
So you keep... So your main theory is that when you're
But
rich...
if it's a homeless, right? Okay, even you may eat it, but don't you think you're going to think at least like for 5 minutes before you pick up the food and eat?
Well, if I was hungry...
Still, when you're hungry...
You're saying how hungry you are.
But if it's a homeless... that
People get so thirsty that they drink their own piss, It's like... You're gonna die. Like you're saying, like we're talking about. How hungry?
Well, you are not going to die, but you are hungry, right? You're hungry. You're hungry. But if say that the same position there was a homeless, he doesn't care about anything. He's just going to grab it and eat it.
Well, if you think about if it's something that looks like it's a box for someone left for food, it looks like something you can eat, as opposed to something that looks like someone threw out the window or the
believe
trash
me,
can.
when you have so much money, you're going to be so worried about is this guy is talking nicely to me, thinking I'm going to buy him a car.
So you're convinced of the evil nature of humanity.
Yeah, it is going to take over you,
and it's going to poison you and ruin you, right?
Exactly. It will. Trust me.
Like I know what you're saying. I know that in certain scenarios that's true, and to a lot of people that may happen, depending on how much money, right? Like if you gave me $10,000.
Say for example, going back to one of the stories you said, you were sitting in a Starbucks. That was a crazy guy, right? Think in that situation, you had zero money. Somebody bought your coffee and sitting and drinking the coffee. You won't even worry about that guy
because I had money.
Because you don't have any money, you don't have anything to lose. You don't care.
Yeah, but
that won't even cross your mind. So the fear is going to creep
but
million times more.
But hold on, see, I was there. I didn't have a lot of money, and I was still scared of him. Right?
No.
I was afraid for other reasons. I wasn't afraid. So that was probably a bad example for you because I wasn't afraid of him stealing from me. I was afraid of him killing me, hurting me.
Yeah, that's
right?
the reason you were afraid of.
And I think I was afraid of him hurting me because if he's crazy, he doesn't want anything. He just wants to hurt someone. He wants to be on the news or whatever. Right? That's different.
But what I'm saying is that thought even crossed your mind because you have something to look forward to.
My life.
Yeah, your life. Exactly.
But
that's considering how much money you have with 1 billion you have, so you are going to think even more like that every single second.
I don't know. Like I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree. So here's let's make a deal. I think your theory could hold true in a lot of scenarios for a lot of people, but I don't think it would be the same for me. No way.
That's what everybody says.
I know, but come on. So far everything, all the examples you show me, maybe they're just bad examples, but most of the things that you said today and before just don't seem to apply to me.
So okay, you do this experiment and then come back.
Give me $1 billion.
Not $1 billion. You say take $1,000 in cash.
10,000.
Okay, no. Even let's do it with $1,000 in your wallet.
Oh, I mean, put it in my wallet. Oh my god, that's crazy. Why would I walk around with $1,000?
That's kind of like that when you have $1 million.
No, it's not because I'm not walking around with $1 million in my pocket.
But you're going to be like, oh, my bank has this. What if somebody hacked into my account and took all the money? You're going to be that. You're going to think like that.
This is a conversation we have every time because you're like, oh.
You're going to think like that. Your life is going to be so
Paranoid.
Paranoid.
So you're saying that...
Especially when the money came just like that.
So you're saying that you wouldn't be able to be happy because of that. You would be miserable.
You're going to be miserable.
Okay.
And a lot of people is going to come for real help. Maybe somebody will have a fake help. And you can't, process that. You're going to go crazy. You're going to stay away from your friends. It's going to be... Believe me, it's going to be a nightmare. If you win like 200,000, that's not a big deal. You cannot live off of that. And, your friend is not going to come to you and then say, hey, you have so much money, buy me a BMW. He's not going to ask if it's only 200,000.
Buy him a beer, but not a BMW.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have $1 billion, he may think, maybe I can ask him, what I'm going to lose.
So do you think people that are rich and successful, that have that much money, or have millions of dollars, multimillionaires, are like that as well? Or are they happy?
In that case, they are different. They work for every dollar.
Some of them have earned it. Some of them are stealing it.
True. But even then, so for example, I have no idea why Bill Gates kept all this, whatever.
Today,
what?
Mark Zuckerberg announced that he was going to give away 99% of his wealth.
See, but I still don't...
Which still means he has billions still.
No, my thought process, why he's even collecting that much money and then...
spending, right? You can't do anything with
I know, but why he's even went that far? Why not, when he got the second $1 billion, why not he gave it away right away? Or gave a bigger rise to all his employees?
Spread it out before.
Spread it. I mean, why he has to... See, kind of in some way, they want to still get the limelight by saying, "Oh, I'm giving."
So, do you think, in your dark scenario, money? And I believe you. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you 100%. I'm just disagreeing with you for me.
I know.
Because I just don't feel like...
I know everybody thinks it's like...
No, but like I know nieces and nephews and like family and friends. I know people that would do exactly that. Blow their fucking what? They would be crazy. They would stop being friendly with everyone. They would throw away their car and buy sound system and stereo, 10 homes. I know people like that. Like, I know them. I know those people. And they would buy new cars and like they would spend all the money and go on vacation.
It's not about spending. I'm not even thinking about how
like
they spend.
They like love like the material things, right?
You're going to be like, is he talking? I mean, you're going to always have that 2-second thought about if somebody is nice to you.
But so what's wrong with that though? To have that little bit of like.
At some point, it's going to take over the whole.
Because I think
every minute you're going to think like that.
I think, like you said, it's like a little bit of salt. You should have that today.
You should have it.
Like the guy that tries to take money from us, who wants money at the light, right, with his little dog. And I'm a vet. He's an old man, but he's all clean. He walks across the street.
Yeah.
And he gets in this nice car. He drives away.
Yeah.
People give him money because they think he's homeless. But he's clearly
he's not.
He's not. He has a fucking car and he's not dirty. He's like. He's making money that way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that's bad. Maybe you would get a little higher, like a little more, but not.
I'm not saying you're going.
I wouldn't say. I don't think
it's going to be every minute of that. Every second after you got the money, you're going to think about it like that. Every single conversation you're going to have a pause in between. In your minds, you're going to think.
That would be a problem I wouldn't mind having. I guess. I guess not. I guess
I wish I have $1 billion I can give you so you can experience and then come running back to me. No, I don't want the money.
Like, I don't really want to be rich. Like, I don't want $1 billion. I want $5 I just want to not work, right? I can be able to travel.
See, that's a different problem.
Right? That's what you're saying.
That's a different problem. That's like some people like they're poor but they love what they do, so they don't even care about money as something.
Yeah, like that's. I feel like that's why I don't think it would be the same for me. But like you said. We don't know, and I'm not going to get $1 billion. So, all right. So then we're going to wrap it up now.
Okay.
That was pretty good. We got the topics I wanted to see, even without any notes. I remembered the shit we argue about all the
time. Exactly.
All right, everybody. Selvam, do you have anything else to say before any other questions before we wrap it up today?
So all I want your audience to think is what they will do if they have $1 billion. Are they going to be happy or not? And post the comments.
Post the comments. So you can actually send me comments. I mean a new email address for this show. TWC@eddyizm.com.
Cool.
Send me comments. Send me questions.
Yeah.
If you want to tell something mean to Selvam, say, son of a bitch, give me $50. Give me $100. He'll send you cash. Say, what do they call it? What's in India? Rupees?
Rupees.
We send you fucking rupees. 5 billion rupees, which is like $10, right? Something really cheap.
Come on. It's not that bad.
He will send it to you. But yeah, send me comments. That'd be really good. The question was, if you got $1 billion.
Yeah. Like free money.
Money.
You won the lottery tomorrow. Do you want it?
Do you want it? And what would you do with it?
Yeah. What do you
Would
do
you
with
give
it?
any away? Would you keep it? What would you buy? Who would you give it to? Who would you not trust? Would the dark side take over?
Yeah.
Are
you going to trust anybody? That's the question. Can you log into your bank account from
Anywhere.
From Starbucks
From
using their
Starbucks.
Wi-Fi?
I know, right? All right, so you can find the show at eddyizm.com/TWC. You can find me at eddyizm at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. No one follows me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But at some point, someone will listen to this, and it was something. The person that reviewed my thing said it was like so buggy something. I don't know who you are. Tell me who you are. Where did you come from? Where did you find it? Are you a friend? Because it might be a friend with the username I don't know. So they left me a review on iTunes. So I know you're listening. so please tell me who you are, just because I'm so curious. I want to know who everyone is.
Yeah, we'll resolve those issues.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out.
That's all we do every day.
That's right. All right, and I don't know what else I was going to say, but I think that's pretty much it. That was a good one. All right, Selvam, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
This will be a good deal, and hopefully your friends will listen to this, and maybe you can share it with everyone else, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.